everybody. Welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And I have a new camera. I am so excited. I tell you, it's been, as you know, it's been kind of a strange couple months just trying to get my groove with the way things are. For those of you who are new, my name is Naomi, the Brickanista, and you're welcome to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And as I mentioned, we have a new camera. It's actually new, quote unquote. It's a Canon T4i that I've had in my closet for a while. I do stop motion animation as well, and I would use this camera with Dragon Frame to develop some of the stop motions that I used to do. And so now I was like, I have been having such a hard time with this Logitech, which would sit on my laptop, and I had it set to track me, and it was like I had a drunk cameraman following me around. It was pretty bizarre. So I'm going to try this out. I'm excited about it. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is that this doesn't run on a AC power. It runs on battery. So today's episode's going to be a little shorter anyway, so I'm not too worried about today. But I think one of the investments that I will need to do, if this works out well, is I'm going to have to go get one of those, probably the AC units that goes in with the camera. And I'm looking at the video. Hopefully I don't look too orange. It looks a little orange. Here, let me change this up a little bit. Hopefully I don't look so orange. There, it's a little bit better. Okay. Anyway, so welcome back. I'm really excited because I've been working, as you know, with Tiago Caterino. I've got my little Tiago Caterino bracelet on. I'm one of his mods, and I had a chance to drop in on his last stream, and he was working on the NES, and I was like, wow, the NES, that is super cool. And I was just thinking how, what an honor it was that he made me a mod. So I'm going to spend more time on his stream. I know I haven't been doing that much because I've been really super busy with some of the nonprofit work that I've been doing. But now that I know the end is in sight, my term on this board of directors will end in August. So I'm ramping up my work with, as far as ramping up some of the things that I'm doing here on YouTube and on Twitch, and getting my website up and going, and working on doing some collaborations. As you know, I've already done several collaborations, and the most recent one is the Daily Brick Limit. So if you take a look at hashtag Daily Brick Limit on Instagram, you'll see some of the work that I've been doing there. Brickman Mosaic Art, hey, you're working on your campground mock? Oh, cool. So what do you think? Tell me what you think about the new camera, because what I've got now is my Canon T4i that I used to use for stop motion. I've got it set up using the EOS webcam utility, and I just installed it a couple hours ago, was testing it out, and I decided to launch it today. So as you know, I've had that Logitech that was like zooming in and zooming out on me, and it was kind of making me nauseous, quite honestly. So I'm excited about it. And yeah, since you were talking about the campground, on Thursday I built the affordable, and I'll hold it up for you. I don't know if you saw it, but this is the holiday camper van. It's fairly recent, just came out, and it's a sweet little build. I mean, there's a lot of people who can't afford some of the larger sets, and as you know, I just recently did Apocalypseburg, and that took a long time. It's good, just turn off the music. Oh, okay, sure, I could turn the music off. There, is that better? Because I think the music shouldn't be going out. Let me do one more thing, and then there's absolutely no music. So, is that better? I hope that's better for you. But yeah, I think that so going back to this little holiday camper van, really sweet little build. The top comes off, and actually there's two parts of the top that comes off, but what I really like about this is that this little unit swings out, and so I'll hold this up for the camera a little bit. And I know I've got to set this to autofocus, but anyway, for now, I'll get there. Like I said, I'm just excited that I got this going today. Anyway, so I've got this, and this is minifig scale, because the other thing is the camper mock that you're talking about. So for those of you who don't know about Brickman Mosaic Art, and I belong to a group that we're calling Tricky Lug. It's not an official lug yet, but we're working on that. And it was started by members who are watching the Tricky Bricks show on YouTube. So Tricky Bricks is Richard Board and Flynn DeMarco, who are two contestants who are on Lego Masters Season 1 USA. And a bunch of us have been watching them for almost a year now, because I think they started on Instagram. And now they've been doing a YouTube channel, and they're doing a little bit of Twitch. I kind of did the opposite. I started on Twitch, and now I'm doing more on YouTube as well. So anyway, so Brickman Mosaic Art and I and several other people belong to this, and we're working on a collaborative mock that's going to be on display over at Bricks by the Bay in June. And if you're interested, you know, that anybody who watches the Tricky Brick Show, which is 10 o'clock on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday on YouTube, 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. So if you tune into Tricky Bricks, you'll have a chance to watch some cool techniques. We also do challenges, you know, weekly roughly, and then we also participate in collaborations. So this next collaboration is called Let's Go Camping. And camping can be a variety of things. And speaking of which, so I was talking about this build. The other thing cool is that this build also has another section that comes up off of the top. So this is like the sleeping area. And then, you know, there's some studs here so you can put some of the campers on top of the vehicle. And it's a nice size. This is minifig size. So our collaboration is minifig size on a 32 by 32 base plate as the max. You can make it smaller if you want, but 32 by 32, because this is all virtual. We're not going to have people, you know, sending in really big mocks. And part of the reason why I built this on Thursday is that on my Twitch stream, I've been working on the VW camper van. And the VW camper van takes a long time. It's a creator set. It's, you know, pretty large. It's also expensive. I think a lot of people can't afford to drop $120 on one vehicle. Whereas, you know, if you spend a little bit more money, you might be able to get multiple buildings, like the bookshop, for example. So the campground mock is going to be huge. You're building it 48 by 48. You better wait on that. You may want to make it 32 by 32, because we're going to be making an announcement at the Tricky Lug meeting that we're asking people to keep it to 32 by 32, because when we get into the ability to meet in person, we can bring them and it'll be easier to set up in a collaboration. So never mind, you'll do it on 32 by 32. Yeah, if you would, that would be great. I know you've got the 48 by 48 base plates. A lot of people don't. And 32 by 32 is something that's easily approachable. More people can participate, and it's, you know, a size that's manageable. Because if you think about this, and I happen to have some plates here. So here's a 32 by 32 base plate that I've been working on. And you can see that this camper van already takes up a good, you know, quarter square of the space. So if you build it to minifig size, and if you want to include a camper, you don't have to include a camper. This one I'm going to modify. I know when Debo was on, I had a backdrop that was Tatooine, and he goes, "There's not a lot of camping that goes on in Tatooine." But I thought about it, and I said, you know, it could be kind of fun to build a Star Wars camper. And, you know, who knows? I haven't thought about it too much yet, because there's so many plans that are happening, and I've got other things that I've been doing. Yeah, save your 48 by 48s for your mosaics. That's perfect. In fact, one of these days, I hope to get a 48 by 48. Oh, Remy, hey, what do I think of the new plates? I am going to open the new road plates today on this episode of the Brickanista Broadcast Network. So, yes, good to see you, Remy. And I know it's late for you, so maybe I'll dig into that right away. But we were just talking, Brickman Mosaic Art and I we're talking about the camper vans and being on a 32 by 32 base plate. And there's a variety of themes that we can do. So we're not sure exactly how it's going to shake out, but I was just advising him to stick with 32 by 32. But since you tuned in, and I know that you're on the East Coast, but I did want to share a couple more things before I delve in. I was so excited. For those of you who have been tuned into me on Mock Mondays on Twitch, you may remember this graphic. This is a German cartoon called Die Maus. And, oops, I better get in frame. There we go. And Die Maus, I found this graphic of him flying this spaceship. And I was talking to the land ambassador, and I just realized you're not seeing this, are you? Here we go. Okay, so there's the mouse. It's the weekend, so time doesn't count, no rush. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I try to be mindful that we have, different time zones here, and I want to try to do the best that I can. And you actually live in Oregon. Yeah, I know you live in Oregon, but Remy lives in Virginia, so it's midnight for him. So I don't want him to fall asleep when I'm getting ready to talk about the road plates. Okay, so going back to this design, you may remember I was working on a mosaic. Actually, you may have missed this episode, Brickman, but I was working on this spaceship to put on a mosaic so I could actually animate it so it flies across the screen and we could have these meteors, and you can see them. Oops, you can see the meteor is right there. I mean, we could have meteors going the other way around. So I was working on it as a mosaic. And then I was talking to, and this is a German lug I belong to. I belong to Thousandsteine, which is in Germany, and my German is terrible. So what happened is I was building this mosaic, and then Dirk, who's the land ambassador, who's a member of Sortlug, he goes, Naomi, it's supposed to be a 10 by 10. I'm like, okay, well, I've got a solution. And I wanted to share this with you because I'm so excited about it. So let me hide this screen here for a moment. And hold on. Okay. So what I did is I turned it vertically. So now this is my spaceship. So instead of going the same horizontal way, I have it going vertically on a 10 by 10, no overhang, and I put these plates behind it so then that way I could put stars and other things. So this is going to be my first German contribution, or first contribution to the German lug that I belong to. Yeah. And I told him, it was kind of a joke how it started, was that there was a person in our sort lug call April, who didn't belong to a lug because she's in Minnesota and she says there isn't anything close by. And then Dirk said, hey, you should join my German lug. And so there were, I think, 5 or 6 of us who all joined at the same time. And I said, hey, if I'm joining this lug, I'm buying the t-shirt. So I have a t-shirt on the way. And then I was looking at their challenges. And just like how Tricky Bricks has challenges, there's a guy who's sponsoring a challenge on this mouse character. And this mouse has been around for 50 years. And Hooded One sent me a note and told me that apparently that this is like the Sesame Street of Europe, that these characters, it's a mouse, an elephant, and a duck that kind of interact with each other, and they're very uplifting stories. You can see them on YouTube if you're interested. So I saw a couple different things, and one of them was the spaceship. And I said, oh, this is cool. I can try to mock something. And I think my mock actually looks pretty good. The last thing I need to do is figure out how to put these yellow, here, let me put the graphic back up, because it has these yellow bands that go around the vehicle. And so I was thinking maybe there's some way, these came from my Pirates of Barracuda Bay. So I was thinking this would be perfect to put around the belly of the spaceship. So I'm going to figure out a way to do this. I'm determined. I have until March 7th to get this done. So I have about a week. But anyway, okay, so let me hide that again. Okay. All right, so I'm sure you are anxious to see about the road plates. So let me get my other down camera going. So hold up here. So, dun, da, da, da. We have the new city road plates. Now, a couple things that are interesting that are already on the box is, get that out of the way. If you look here, this little label here, it has some pieces that glow in the dark, which are supposed to be the lamp lights that are on the street. So I think that's one thing that's pretty cool. Oh, you like the transitions? Yeah, that's an overlay on Streamlabs OBS that I've been using. This is a small set. It's only 112 pieces, and it's 5 plus. But the other thing that you can already tell from the box is if you take a look at the level of the road, is the level of the road looks like it's about 2 plates tall. At least that's from what I can tell. We'll see when we start opening this up. And what I was going to do today is I'm going to open this up. We'll build it like the instructions say. The other thing, I talked with one of the store managers at Lego, and they said that all these street signs come with it. So the street signs come with it, the different road plates. I think that it's going to be interesting because there's a lot of people who are very adamant that they like the old base plates and they're buying them up like crazy. I personally kind of like this smaller profile. I think it's going to be interesting. Remember Infinity War when the Avengers met the Guardians of the Galaxy? Imagine the campground mock. I'm building DC meets Harry Potter. Oh, that sounds awesome. I love mashups. Mashups are some of my favorite things. So the other thing that's interesting about this box, which I haven't noticed as much, is they have multiple languages that they're putting on here. So plaque de route includes, and then I think I saw in Spanish too, yeah. And so you can see that we have different languages here as well that are all around the box. And I think, what was the other thing that, oh, and this one also has the instructions plus. So I'm hoping that they might have a little bag in here, but they may not. Hey, Cornado, how are you? Welcome. I was just talking about the new road plates, and I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence right now because I don't really use the road plates right now. I think they're kind of too big, so I'm actually looking forward to this size. I know I've been talking to Matthew Builds Bricks and some others who have been, mixed feelings, and I know Matthew's excited about it, but some other people are really upset because they built their whole, city based on that other standard. So it'll be interesting to see. But from a marketing point of view, I think it makes sense for Lego to make a smaller profile because then they can sell more buildings, right? Because you have more room to put your buildings down. Okay, so I'm just gonna, oh good, there are some paper instructions in here because I hadn't planned on having to download the software. Okay, so I think as you can see, the plates are are interesting as far as you can tell that they've already have some of these 2x4 grooves in there. Yeah, I think it's this nice little reunion we have here. The little Tricky Bricks. I think it used to be called Tricky Bricks After Dark, right? Because um, Shane and John used to do that on Tuesday nights on Instagram. So I think I've pretty much just told everybody I'm the 9 o'clock p.m. person. I'm the night owl. Now this is interesting too. This bag is this little plastic that's not that crinkly plastic. So I'm not sure what the kind of plastic it is, but this is not the same plastic as this. So howdy, Brickanista. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm super quiet. Oh, okay. Let me check my audio because I did turn off the music for, okay, I'm turning the volume up. Is that better? Is that better? Your volume is maxed out? Oh, okay. Well, I know when I was talking to Brickman Mosaic Art earlier, it seemed like it was okay for him. I don't know. Remy, can you hear me okay too? Like I said, I turned it up just a little bit. I can turn it up even more if I need to, or talk louder. Okay, here, let me turn it up just a little bit more. There we go. That's much better. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. See, that's the thing is that unless I have another monitor going, and sadly, my Macintosh, I think, has finally died because it will not boot. I know that there's data on there because I can see the data, but I'm not sure how it's going to work. Okay, so going back, this these plates came in this bag that was this different kind of flexible plastic, and then this is the same plastic that you normally see for all the other things that you've done. Yeah. So I was at the Lego store the other day and I picked up that camper van so that I could build that on Thursday. And then I saw the road plates and I'm like, oh, I should do an episode on the road plates because I think a lot of people are wondering what are these road plates going to be about. So anyway, yeah, so I'm just going to get these prepped on the side here. And then I have my modulars in the background. Oh, by the way, a little segue here. For those of you who are familiar with Jay Muse from Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back and Clerks and Mallrats and all of those movies, he showed up on our sort lug call and stayed for about an hour. And he talked to me. He actually said, so, Brickanista, Naomi, he thought that was the bookshop behind me. And he was talking about the bookshop. And I said, oh, that's the Parisian restaurant. He loves all kinds of modular buildings. So we talked about modular buildings and he was super cool. He says he's probably going to show up again next week. So yeah, Jay from Jay and Silent Bob, snoochie booches. And I want him so bad to say it's dope, yo. I hope I can get him to say it's dope, yo, for, like a little audio snippet. Wouldn't that be awesome? It would be awesome to have him say, it's dope, yo. I would love that. Yeah. So Kevin Smith was not on the call. It was just Jay. And apparently, one of our members, it's April, who sat in on one of his streams and just, was listening in. And apparently, he was talking about Lego on one of his streams. And so she invited him to this call, and he showed up. It was like, wow, that's amazing. So, yeah, it was an awesome opportunity. And the fact that he actually said my name, and he said, so, Naomi, I was like, whoa, he's talking to me. Jay Muse, that's right. Yeah, he has a Twitter account too. Okay, so already you can see they're square, which is, a smaller profile. In fact, I have a regular base plate so you can see the comparison. So 4 of these is equal to 1 base plate. So you can see also from a cost perspective that you need to buy 1 box, which is $19.99 versus a base plate before, which I think one of these was about what, $9, $8, something like that. So already your price point goes way up, right? Just getting these little plates like this. It was 3 a.m. your time. You're too old. It was not 3 a.m. It was more like 1 a.m. when he showed up. So he probably would if I gave him 50 bucks. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how to approach him about that. Maybe I'll ask April because April now has his personal phone number. So maybe he'll do it if April asks him. So anyway, so 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 one of the pros is that one of the things that I didn't like about the big base plates is that it's so large that trying to set up your city, you've got these huge gaps. So one of the nice things is that this is, more flexible because you have these, 16 by 16 sizes. And just to kind of reiterate, it is 2 plates high. So if you look at the other base plate, that as you can see, it's, the studs are right on the plate level. So if you compare the two side by side, you can see that it's it's going to be a little bit of a difference, just because, here, I'll put that side by side there. Yeah, you got to run. Your head is spinning. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. Take care. Thanks for dropping by, Brickman Mosaic. And oh, Cowboy Cornado, I have a new camera I'm using, so I won't have the drunk cameraman following me around right now. I've got this EOS software now, this webcam utility software, so that's why the camera is a little different. So I'm excited about it. I just installed it like a couple hours ago. Okay, so we have these four 16 by 16 sizes, and we have a crosswalk that you can put somewhere in there. Are the new plates 16 by 16? Yes. Yes. So if you put four of these together, here, I'll do that. I know that my camera angle, let's see if I move this back a little bit. Let's see. Okay. So you can kind of see that's 16 by 16, four of them. And then a regular older base plate is exactly the same size. Stalker Cam has been arrested. Yes, yes. I, I think I think he's gone into hiding. I, I I don't know. It was a kind of a cool utility because when I would move over this way and I was out of frame. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to manually turn the camera when I need to. But yeah, I'm so excited that I got this EOS software working on this camera. And I can set up the other camera. It is plugged in, so if I need to do some other camera angles. So I have my Droid Cam, which is doing the down camera. I've got now my Canon focused on me and my face, and then I have the third camera if I need to use it. But yeah, the stalker cam. I know that it was pretty weird. So it looks like what they're offering now is this flexibility that you can now put these crosswalks in. And I have another one that they had these before, these bigger crosswalks. And I would look online and what some people would do, because you don't always need four, right, in a building. So what some people were doing is they were actually sanding off some of the crosswalks using some chemical and then sanding it off. So at least I think this flexibility, I mean, you're going to have to buy a lot of these. That's the only thing. I think now that I've seen this, that if I was to order lug bulk with a lug, I would probably order more of these. So that's kind of lesson learned there. We've already put our order in, but maybe if another lug is doing that, I can see if I can work something out. But so you can see already that you've got kind of this mix and match kind of thing. And by having the streets smaller, you now have the ability to put a building here and a building here, and then building out that way. So I do kind of like this right now. But like I said, I wasn't too keen on these anyway. I have only a few, and I think on one of them, actually I have a third one. On the third one, I've been using on the back, I put the tape, the underwater tape, so then I could I could use that. Okay, so here's the manual, and the manual is similar to all the other manuals you've seen, but they also now have the app that you can use. So all we're doing now is we're going to build some of the traffic lights and such. Um, and I think the other thing that's very different about this is they use a lot of these 4x4 squares for, putting in some of these traffic lights and things. All right, so we are going to, I think, yeah, I'm trying to think what's the best way to do this. I think I can just dump these out because we already know these are square. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and dump these out and then, or stack them rather. I'm not going to dump these out. I just bought them, right? Those ramps that come with the set make a really easy roof for custom modulars too. Oh, so have you gotten one of these already, Cornado? I don't know. This is the first time I've opened one of these, but I see what you mean. These ramps. Yeah, yeah, those are nice because they have the connection piece to connect with the road, and that makes for a nice little ramp for a handicap zone or ADA compliant zone, I should say. They're not handicapped, it's ADA compliant. So my apologies, anybody who's listening. Okay, so I'm just going to knoll these a little bit while we're here. And this comes with a lot of these green plates, so that's nice. So the set is $19.99, and unlike a base plate that you would buy for what, about $9, is that it also comes with these pieces. So you also get a couple trees, and I think these are warning tiles. We'll see what they decide to do. I thought these were raised. I thought they were going to be slopes when I looked at the drawing. So this is interesting. Now these, I think maybe this is what I was thinking about. These are the hazard strips, and they've got like an angle on both sides, so they got a slope. The ramp, not the roads. You're talking about this, right? The ramp. You got some with the hidden side. Oh, you got the ramps with the hidden side. Ah, okay. Well, I don't know. Just looking at it, preliminary look, I I kind of like this. I mean, I really wasn't a fan of the big base plates anyway, so I guess maybe I'm I'm a little biased, but yeah, but I mean, just look at all of these plates you get too. I mean, this is nice because if you do any modulars, you know that you use a lot of these dark gray for the sidewalk. Bevins has already released a video that integrates them into a Mills plate. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you know, he's also been tweaking his site. He's been using better cameras and some other things. So I think he's in a similar boat as I am. He's further along on YouTube, but I guess I'm farther along on Twitch. So it's a trade-off. I think one of the things that I need to do, which is what you do, Remy, is do more Instagram. I haven't really explored doing Instagram. I've only done that with Jorial Builds. So Jorial Builds will initiate it, and then I tag along. But I need to figure out how to do that because I think one of the benefits of that is that it's very dynamic. It's kind of like you can just say, okay, I'm going to start stream. And there seems like there's a lot more planning that I have to do with uh, YouTube and with Twitch. Okay, so we have a lot of these posts here. And then you probably saw earlier we have these. And these are great for stop motion animation. So for those of you who are into that. So just having these pieces is awesome. And we also have this smaller bag of smaller pieces. I'm trying to think where would be a good place for me to put these. Let me put these over here. Instagram is okay, but the field is so narrow. Yeah, that's true, especially if you're doing a wider shot. That does make it a little harder. That's true. I've been pretty comfortable on Twitch and YouTube now, and I use Streamlabs OBS. I know a couple people who use Stream Elements, so I'm on the fence about moving to that platform. I think if I were to stay on Twitch, I would probably use that platform more, but I'm thinking I might be okay. I mean, you were talking about my transitions, Remy, the you know, the wavy transition. I mean, that was something that's in Streamlabs OBS that I really like. Okay, so looks like we have, this is an interesting piece because it's got the 1x2 and then it's got, it looks like a click hinge piece on the other side. So that's different. Yeah, I've been like I said, I haven't done anything except for posting on Instagram, and I have my largest following on Instagram. Oh, here's something else. I was watching Tiago Caterino on Friday, and I'm a mod for him, but you know, it's kind of early in the morning, so I haven't been attending as frequently. But two things that happened, which kind of shocked me, is that he said he is now on TikTok and he streams concurrently on TikTok, and he got rated on YouTube. And he goes, I think this is the first time I've been rated on YouTube. And, you know, he's been streaming for a while. And then there's this group called the Spice Boys. And this is the thing, they got together on Discord, and I guess they chatted on Discord, and then they decided to go raid Tiago Caterino. And so they show up, and it says, you know, Spice Raid, Spice Boys Raid. And he's going, I don't know what this is, but thank you. You know? It was hilarious, very sweet. And I think if I know who these people are, I think they're actually pretty popular on YouTube. And I was really intrigued by this whole thing about TikTok. I don't know if any of you have heard about people streaming on TikTok, but Tiago does it now. And he says he's got more followers on TikTok than he does on YouTube, but he gets paid from YouTube. So he goes, I wish more of these people would come over and follow me on YouTube, right, instead. As a fan of both of your streams, I think YouTube is the best format, then Twitch, and IG last, but only because the IG app sucks on my phone. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for saying you're a fan of mine on both platforms. Thank you, Cornado. Yeah, I don't have a lot of fans, but the fans I do have, they're awesome. Thank you. So this is cool. This is, I think, those printed tiles that were from the space station. So you get a few of those. So that's nice. Yeah, you get two of those. I think these, I don't know if these are the glow in the dark ones. I'm still looking for what are the glow in the dark pieces, since they keep talking about them on the outside of the box. I mean, here's some 1x1 snot bricks in this like navy blue, which are nice. But, well, thank you, Cornado. I don't know if you noticed, too, I've been spending more time using Photoshop to update my thumbnails so they look better. And I'm now going to use Thursdays for Thrifty Thursdays, so I can build something which is affordable for people, but also kind of cool, and it keeps the stream at a, you know, a faster clip, because I know right now I'm still working on the VW bus, you know, so that's taking a while. Okay, I don't know which of these pieces are the glow in the dark ones, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, so now that I've got these nulled out, this will go faster. So we're doing these little click hinge, which is nice. So I think that's going to be for the lamp posts. It looks like we're making two of these, so I might as well just put the second one on here too. Now I turned the music off because Brickman Mosaic Art asked me to. Do you like it with music or without music, or does it matter? Because I know that some streamers, they have the music going on in the background, like Kim Chris, and other people, they just don't. Like, you don't have music for Tricky Bricks, for example. They don't, unless they're doing like Logan Cookie Time or something like that. Okay, so now we get to put these and another click hinge. Yeah, I think, I know that for me, I don't tune into a station because of the music. but the music is kind of nice too. Okay, so this is interesting. This, I don't think I've ever seen this graphic before. This, it's like, I think they're telling me to put half of it on. I thought it was a sticker at first, but here, I'll see if I can move it closer up. It's kind of a weird icon. Good thing e-click saved the day when your ICGM kept crashing. So Remy and e-click saved you on that one. That's funny. Okay, I think what they're saying to do is this tile goes over half and half. I think that's what that icon meant. He's generous like that. I love that accent he does too. A nemesis of clicky. Okay, so I guess these are glow in the dark white 1x2s. I mean, I think, I mean, I'm looking at what else could be in here, but the ad says glow in the dark, so, and these are supposed to be the, yeah, these are the, okay, so this goes in here. So yeah, so this is your lamp post with, which is nice. It's got those tiles on the top. Okay, so this goes in a 4x4. So we're going to make 2 of those. Yeah, I don't know. It's been interesting just when I watch other streamers. Like for example, Tiago, he doesn't have music either. He just builds, right? And he talks to the camera while he's building. And that's what most streamers do. But it was just interesting just seeing how and then there's people like Panfred Nudo who who actually does like a DJ routine halfway through his stream. It's a nice bonus. You didn't know that any other set that has the glow in the dark pieces. Um, I think the hidden side had a few glow in the dark pieces too, but this one actually makes it very prominent in the ad. So when we're done with this, I wonder if I turn the lights off, if this is gonna show up as glowing in the dark. I mean, we'll try. We'll try. We'll see. If we could figure out how to play classical music in the background, you would do it? Oh, I think I can. I mean, I could check that out. Here, let me look real quick because I know that there is a classical station with pretzel rocks, and I just have to pick the station. Yeah, I love classical music. So let's see if they got a classical station here. Classical and opera essentials. Okay, let's check this out. Which is interesting because the first thing that comes up is the spoopy spooter forest by abstraction. It says classical station. Oh, you mean on your stream? Okay. Well, too late. I already started. Can you hear it? Can you hear it okay? I turned it down earlier for Brickman Mosaic, so let me see if I need to turn it up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I turned it off completely. Okay. So can you hear it now? A little bit? I'm not familiar with that piece, neither am I. Especially when it said spoopy. And the reason why I'm laughing is I follow another streamer. His name is Opes Connoisseur on Twitch, and he does a lot of different Animal Crossing streams, and he always talks about spoopy. You know, especially during Halloween. He's like, "Ooh, that's spoopy." I was like, I don't know if that's a term or not, but I thought it was interesting. Okay, so they're having us put these 2x4 dark gray tiles down. So I think these are going to connect some of these pieces. Okay, so we got that. Yeah. No, I think some classical music would be nice. So thanks for the suggestion. Don't be sorry at all. This is a community, and we're here to try to accommodate and also somewhat entertain you. It's more of an educational program, though. I don't, I don't do a lot of entertainment. I don't know. I could maybe try, but a part of me is kind of like, you don't want to scare people off either. See, what's cool about yours, Remy, is that your accent with clicky is so funny and entertaining that we loved to hear it. And I think that's what is really a lot of fun. Oh, okay. So these snot bricks are for the traffic lights. So these are nice. And you get exactly 6. So you get to put the red, yellow, and green here. Yeah, I studied classical music for 17 years, or no, 12 years, when I was 5 until I was 17. So yeah, I played classical music for a long time, went to concerts, had to do performances and recitals and things. So yeah, you learn discipline at a very young age when you you start playing classical music for performance purposes. Yeah, but I don't know. It's in a way though. It's a very music. Just learning how to read music and learning how to play an instrument, and also playing in an ensemble band too. When I was in high school, I played in the jazz band, and I was the keyboardist in the jazz band, and also I played the flute too. So it just okay. So I don't know if you could see that, but here I'll show you. So we have now some traffic lights with those one by ones that we put together. And once again, the 2x4 plates. Yeah, and even in high school, when you do these band ensembles, then you go on road trips too and perform. We weren't good enough to be, sent internationally, but we had a couple road trips just to different parts of California. And I also did a couple road trips because I was on the track and field team. So I was the high jumper and the long jumper, and I was in the 1x100 relay, which there are a lot of people who are much faster than me, but I could hold my own for the team. Oh, this is nice. What they're doing now is we have like a little side bit of foliage on the side of the road. Okay, how come I'm having a hard time putting this down? There we go. And it looks like we're putting in some flowers. So these are nice. Yeah, I think one of my favorite composers, a couple of them, I mean, there's different periods of time when they talk about classical music. They have the Baroque period, the classical period, the Romantic period, and the, I think, Impressionist or 20th century period. And I think my favorite in Baroque is by far Bach. I don't think anybody can hold a candle to Bach in the Baroque period. Okay, so I think I did that right. Yeah. So we have this nice little floral arrangement with the little tree. But if you look at it, that floral arrangement's pretty tall. Look how tall it is compared to the tree. That's pretty big. Okay, so then if I go to the classical period following that, then Beethoven. Oh my God, I would play Beethoven all the time. Moonlight Sonata is one of my favorites. I would play that, especially what's great about Moonlight Sonata is that the first movement is very calm, and and it has some crescendos and some bigger moments, but then the second one is more like a lullaby, and then the third one is just like if you're really angry, playing the third movement of the Moonlight Sonata. It's a good stress reliever. I know that I and my mom would tell me too that she actually didn't mind when I would play really late at night because, like I said, I've been a night owl forever. And so sometimes if I had a bad day at school, I would play Beethoven, and you can really bang out the keys when you're playing that third movement. Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. And that's part of the reason why I have this keyboard here. I really got to get back into playing some music. That's something that a lot of people on Twitch are doing. If you get a chance to follow some of the streamers there, they've got a lot of techno music people and people who do not remakes, covers of different artists. Yeah. So anyway, here's the red. So you got a yellow one and you've got a red one. Bach is definitely up there. Yeah. Oh, Vivaldi. Yes. Four Seasons. Vivaldi. Oh my God. If I was a violinist, then yeah, Four Seasons definitely. But as a keyboardist, and I did get to play a harpsichord in Philadelphia. They have a harpsichord which is on display in, was it Liberty Hall? I can't remember the name. Constitution Hall. Somebody let me play that. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Okay, so we got the two little side pieces. Yeah, Vivaldi is awesome. Yeah, and you can tell too that there's a lot of, oops, I put this on the wrong side. It looks like they want this over here, and they want this on this side. I mean, they're road plates. I mean, you can you can do it any way you want. But since we're following the instructions, you had to stop listening to classical and techno in the car because they both make you drive fast for some reason. Well, it depends on which classical music you're listening to. Because going back to Beethoven, if you played Beethoven a lot, yeah, he was an angry man. I kind of feel bad for Beethoven because he lost his hearing, he had syphilis, he was in love with Elise, who unrequited love, and the poor man, he was and being almost deaf and having to compose music. I can only imagine he was very frustrated most of his life. But I mean, what an amazing artist, though. All of the things he created, amazing. But yeah, I'm I think when we go to the Romantic period, I love Chopin, and I think I'm not sure if this falls into it. I do know Brahms is also in the Romantic period. I love Brahms as well. The one I'm thinking about that I used to play a lot is Debussy or Debussy or however you pronounce it. Oh my gosh, Claire de Lune and Passepied and oh my gosh, wonderful, wonderful music. Definitely one of my favorites. I think he's considered modern. I don't think he's considered romantic period. I'd have to look that up. Okay, so this is nice that they're they're putting in a couple of these printed tiles, and they have some pre-printed signs. Like this one looks like a crosswalk. So beware of the crosswalk. I think the other thing that I really wish I had an opportunity to do is play more in an orchestra. And that's why I love concertos, because concertos are designed to be with an orchestra. And I never really got a chance to play with like an 80-piece orchestra or anything like that, but That would have been nice. I did, though, get an opportunity to play the piano at Skywalker Ranch. I know, how crazy is that? I was able to get a tour of Skywalker Ranch because when I had a radio show on KPCA in Petaluma, and one of the programmers there, Judy, she works there, and she goes, "Oh, do you want a tour?" I said, "Of course I want a tour. Who doesn't want a tour of Skywalker Ranch?" Oh my gosh, it was such an honor to be able to go through that. And they have this auditorium where they can house an 80-piece orchestra. This is nice too. They have this pre-printed 50, which I guess is either kilometers or miles, depending on which country you're in. So anyway, so they had this grand piano that was rolled into one of the private rooms, and she let me play that. And I wish I had been practicing more, but oh my gosh, it sounded amazing. I think it was a Steinway too. And the other thing is that she said that this grand piano gets rolled out into the main sound stage, and they have, an 80 up to an 80-piece orchestra that they can record, and that's part of her job is to, help set up all the acoustics and the audio for that. That was freaking amazing. I will say that was something that it goes back to what I was talking about. When opportunities come your way, you just have to say yes. If you tell somebody, "Oh yeah, that's great, but I can't really do it right now, and we'll have to do it some other time," then it never happens, right? You just have to grab the bull by the horns and just do it. And that's kind of how I felt when I was in New Zealand and they offered to adopt me into the Te Arawa iwi and become a Maori. I mean, it was like, how often does that come around? Not a lot. Okay, so now they're telling me to put these two plates together. Let me put this in the frame. That's crazy though. What an unlikely place to play. Yeah. Yeah, I wish that I had practiced more because I wasn't able to play much. Or if I had known, I would have brought my piano music with me and then I could have played, there with, full on. And it also reminds me too, if you ever watched La La Land, that, um, what's the actor's name? Ryan, oh, it's not Reynolds, the other Ryan. Okay, so anyway, before I continue, so you notice I put the 2x4 tiles in to hold these in place for the road plates. Oh, what's his name? He was in La La Land. But anyway, so that guy Ryan, he learned how to play the keyboard, and he performed everything in that film. So kudos to him. You know, and when he was singing City of Stars along with Emma Stone, I was just like, oh, I really miss music. I miss being like in an environment where you could play music a lot like that. I've had a couple times in my life where I've been able to do that. Like I said, in high school, I spent some time in New York as well, and I went to drama school in New York, and we got to do some musicals and sing and do some other cool things. But it's like right now we're in the middle of a freaking pandemic, so we're not having those opportunities right now. Okay, so this is neat that these road plates are held together with these 2x4 tiles, and they're very flexible, which I like. I like this whole flexibility uh, portion. Gosling, yes. Gosling. Thank you. Thanks for the assist. Yeah, Ryan Gosling did all of the performances. And even when he was the backup keyboardist for John Legend in that scene, he did all of it. I mean, he studied for hours and hours. Goose was in Top Gun. That's right. And Goose was a character. That wasn't the actor's name. That was what Anthony, what's his name? Tom Cruise's so now what they're having us do is put this crosswalk in, which is, it looks like it's a 8 by 16. And then, oh, and here's an interesting part. So here they're having I guess they're speed bumps that are going in here. It would be interesting to see if this is a European standard. Yeah, I don't know. It's been interesting just to see what actors will do for a performance. For example, like weight gain or weight loss. If you think about Charlize Theron when she did Monster, and she gained a lot of weight for that role, and same thing with um, uh, Christian Bale. And the opposite, he lost a lot of weight for that. You've never seen Top Gun? You've never seen Top Gun? What? Okay, Remy. You're going to need to see Top Gun. And the reason why is Maverick is coming out soon. I think Maverick is coming out later this year, which is the sequel. It took them like 20 years to do the sequel. Oh my gosh. You've seen Hot Shots, and you know what happens to Goose. Okay, well, okay, so the other reason why you want to watch Top Gun is back in the day, they didn't do CGI for some of those shots. They did practical shots. They actually strapped cameras to the sides of planes and flew them around. Tomato, potato. I said I didn't have an excuse. No, you have no excuse, Remy. I mean, Top Gun is probably on every possible streaming service that you could get. You could probably even watch it on YouTube. Yeah, yeah, you definitely need to watch that. And like I said, watch it before Maverick comes out. I'm so excited that they're finally doing a sequel, and Maverick is going to be part of that. So I'm very excited about that. Okay, so now we have the printed tile, and that's going to go all down the center of this, all the way down. So this is an interesting method for building roads. It's customizable, so I'm digging this. I'm really enjoying this. I think this is going to work out really well. Okay, there we go. All right. And now we have the other places to fill with gray. I think they want us to fill all of them. Yeah. Yeah, I think I used to do movie reviews when I was in Petaluma, and I had one of the guys who actually works on airplanes at the Santa Rosa Airport. So I know Cornado, you're in California, so if you ever fly out of the Santa Rosa Airport, STS is the three-digit or three-letter acronym, and it is really, really cool that he's able to get behind the scenes because he works on the airplanes. I never got a chance to go behind the scenes, but he does that all the time. To me, any movie with Kenny Loggins' theme song is in your book. Okay. So you must like Footloose then too, right? The movie. You a Kevin Bacon fan? Okay, let's see. All right, I think they now want us to put the ramps in. I'm looking at this because it says I only see one of these tiles, and it says I need two. Ah, here it is. Okay. All right, so we need, looks like one here. Nope. Actually, we need three. I need one more. Where'd the third one go? Because that one completes the crosswalk. This gives me just an Abbey Road feel. You just want to put the Beatles going across. Where's the other one? I'm missing one. Unless, oh, I think I know what I did. I think this wasn't supposed to be there. I think this was supposed to be a regular one. I'm gonna swap that out because it makes more sense to have it here. Okay. Yeah, Kenny Loggins is awesome. Okay, so it looks like these go on the edge here. Now I know some of this is going to be off frame, so you won't be able to see it. You're a Bacon fan to the 5th degree? 5 degrees of Kevin Bacon? Here, I'm going to turn this around so I can do this in frame. Even though I've still got a lot of stuff here on the table. Yeah, I like Kevin Bacon too. Kevin Bacon, Kenny Loggins, Bon Jovi. Yeah, Bon Jovi's, I like his music. And let's see, just 80s music in general is really a lot of fun. I think the Eurythmics is one of my favorites too. Yeah. Ah, I see what happened. Okay, so this tile was hiding underneath those big ramps. So that's why I didn't have one. Okay, so we're okay. I can replace that one. I think it was this one. I was supposed to put that one there. All right, so hopefully now you can see these ramps coming into play. Yeah, I really like these. I think I'm going to enjoy building my cities this way. All right, so now I think we're going to attach these side pieces. Okay, let me just make sure I've got this oriented right. Okay. Okay, so they want me to put this back into a T again. At least facing me. I know it's upside down for you, but I need a bigger table. Wow. Okay, this out of the way. All right. Here we go. Get that out of this line of sight. Okay, so now I guess I'll work on the back first because this is where it's like a little park I think is going to be here. There we go. That's nice. And let's move that back just a hair. You can see that. And let's see, we have a stoplight, which is kind of weird. A stoplight to be there, but okay. I guess that's true. I guess this would be the stoplight area. Okay, so they want us to put this one. Okay, so I think it goes like this, and then you turn the top so that the light is facing traffic. Easy to pull it off and put it back on. And turning is not ideal. Okay. Do you guys have modular building handy? Yes, I do. That was the plan. I have 2 modular buildings that I'm going to put side by side with this, so we'll see how it all comes together. Let's see, we have the crosswalk. Where's the crosswalk? This one. So we have this one, and this one they want really close to here. Ah, that's why you have the little plate here, so it all matches. Okay, that's nice. And then we have, it looks like one of these light posts is going to go on the side over here. Okay. And the 50-mile-per-hour sign is supposed to go here, or 50 kilometers, depending on where you are. Any Europeans who may be watching now or later. And I think it looks like another stoplight is going here. Okay, so yeah, they definitely need to orientate differently. There we go. All right, I like that. And what am I missing? I'm missing a street lamp over here. Yeah. All right, so this street lamp goes over here. I know it's out of frame for you. Sorry. I can turn it just a little bit to show you that it went right there. So we have the tiles. So I'll turn that back. Okay. All right. I think that is the set of roads. Oh, we have to finish them with these 1x4s, which I love to see that they're finishing things off. That makes me happy. Because if you follow me, you know when I was building brickheads for Santa, that bothered me that Santa didn't have his head covered. Okay, and I think we're going to cover these on the side too. And I imagine this one will be covered as well. And I have these two plates that go in the middle. Okay. All right, I'm hesitating here because, oh, I see. There's a drawing here. Here, let me show the down camera, where they're showing how you lift these plates up. Is what you do is you take the rod and then you go underneath the plate and push it up. So that's the instructions for how you get those tiles up. Okay, and I guess the moment of truth will be, how does a modular look next to this? Because I think we're done. They give you another alternative build. Here's the alternate build that you can build it out straight away like that instead of as a T. They give you some options. Let's see. I'm just looking at this and thinking about what's going to be the best for the camera angle for you. Here's another one. Yeah, they just give another couple of alternate builds. Like this one is more like an L shape instead of the T. Okay. I think what I may do, just to keep it simple, is I may take this portion out and then put the building right behind it so you can see it with the road right in front. I think that's going to be the easiest thing. And it might work out perfectly because I have a 16 by 32 and I have a 32 by 32 modular right behind me. Okay, so I just popped that off. You saw how easy that was. And I'm going to move these because I think when we put the modulars down, let me see if I can make this a wider shot. Let's see. That's about as wide as I can go. So, well, we'll see how this works. Okay, let's start with the Parisian restaurant. Okay, here's the Parisian restaurant. This one's a 32 by 32 base, and it is actually, it's pretty spot on, because the level of the Let me see if I can zoom in on the, if you want to look in at the detail here, you can see that it matches up pretty well to the road because it's two plates high, and this is a base plate and a tile. So it's just a hair off. I mean, it's whatever the thickness of a base plate versus a tile, or I'm sorry, versus a plate. So, but otherwise, it's actually not bad. Okay, so I'm going to zoom back out again. Okay. All right, so let me move this to the side here. And I'm just going to move some stuff out of the way here. Modulars can be big. Now this next modular is my own. It's the townhouse that I shared on Tricky Bricks. Yeah, that's not bad. Now this one, I had to take the back off a little bit, so I'm just going to show you the front. But this one's 16 wide. That's actually pretty dope, yo. It's like, let me just line these up so that they're square. Yeah, so I think you just need to get some 1x4 tiles. Or actually, you know what I might do? Let's see. I'm trying to line these up based on the tiles, but yeah, that's not bad. That'll work because the ramps start here, and I know you can't see it because of the wide angle shot, but yeah, and that's as wide as I can go. But that's not bad. That's not bad the way it is. And then there's 1x4s. Yeah, they look good, don't they? Yeah. Uh-oh. This drawer is stuck. It means I need to probably graduate this and see if I have some 1x4s in dark gray. Put those down. Yeah. So when you line them up, it's actually pretty good. So I'm gonna say I'm a fan. I'm enjoying these. I can see how this would be better, especially if you don't have a lot of space. So shiny. Yeah, they are shiny roads. I will say that. Definitely shinier roads. I think I have one more in here. Do I have one more? 1x4. I'm a completionist. It would be bad if I couldn't cover this last. Actually, oh, I need one more for the very end. Okay. Let me see if I got one more in here. If not, I might have two 1x2s in dark gray. Yeah, so if you are going to get into this, definitely invest in a lot of 2x4 and 1x4 dark gray tiles because you're going to need them. Yeah, I don't think I have another one. So let me see if I have a 1x2 in dark gray. So I have two of these. That's all I need. Wow, am I really that low? Okay, here we go. So there you have it. You have a complete road with some modulars here. Let me see if I can angle this a little bit so you can see the top of the, yeah, so there's my townhouse over here. There's the Parisian restaurant. You can see the road plate. I'm just angling it so you can focus on the road there. Since that's what this stream was about, road plates. It's definitely better than buying a bunch of tiles. I agree. And also, since we're focused on the road plate, let's go back to what we had before. So this is, hopefully I can fit this in here. Here's the 32 by 32 before, and you can see that they kind of did a pretty good job. You have a car to throw in there? Actually, I think I do. I have a moped that came with the Parisian restaurant. Let's see. I know I have. Hold up. I have. Aha. These might be too big though. These are. Let's see. Yeah, this might be a little big. but I think the Parisian restaurant. Oh, I know what else I can throw in there. Okay. So if we put the crosswalk back in, I can also have Justin Ramsden going across the street. Oh no, I gotta change the battery pack. Okay, hold up. Let me take a break so I can get this camera back online. It just goes to show you 1 hour and 20 minutes is this front camera. An SSB vehicle. Actually, I have one handy, but it's a boat. I have the submarine. Here, let me change out the camera. Let me take a quick break. I'll be right back. I gotta put another battery in the camera. So that just goes to show you, I do like the format of this camera, but I need to get the additional battery or the direct. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That wasn't too bad, switching out the battery. So yeah, you were saying 4 to 6 studs wide. I think, yeah, I think the vehicle that I put down there, that one is a little wider. I think this one, two, three, four, five, six. Actually, this one is a 6 stud wide car. I think it's for 4 studs because that's huge. So I think that moped is probably. Trying to think if I have anything else which is that profile. Oh, I'm gonna take this off my trophy, but I have this Fabuland vehicle that I made. Here, I have this Fabuland vehicle that is. I'll have it going the other way, so then that way. Yeah, this is about the right size. So going across compared to this little moped. So yeah, I think definitely it adds a lot of color to the city having the roads. I'm starting to be a fan of modulars. I don't really I mean I only have honestly just the one modular. I just have this Parisian restaurant and the small 16 by 32 that I did for myself. But yeah, I'm thinking that we definitely could invest in a few more modulars and have a smaller profile so you can put some more in. And you notice too that that's just the straightaway. I also have this whole portion that I had taken out. So I have this portion I took out that could have expanded, but just for the sake of the video, putting the modulars in place. Those 8-stud Speed Champions probably aren't Lego street legal. Yeah, they're probably not. Now, you call them 8 studs, but I counted across and they're 6 studs, so am I missing something? Because here, if you look at the back, here, I'll put it up to the camera here. Or is that 7 wide? Because that looks like 6 wide to me. So I think they're 6 wide, and I think this profile is meant for 4 wide. Or 4.5, I don't know. If you look at the Fabuland vehicle, the Fabuland vehicle is 4 wide. The newer ones are 8, like the Lambo. Yeah, see, these are 6. So you would have to use a 4 wide vehicle for that. And like I said, I stole that off of my trophy. So, but it's a good size, right? A Fabuland kind of vehicle. Kind of weird that Lego doesn't make roads wide enough for the vehicles they make. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it goes back to they're probably more interested in selling more buildings than selling more cars. So I'm guessing 6 wide looks okay. You think so? I don't know. It seems awfully big. I mean, if you're pulling up to the Parisian restaurant, I mean, here's the car. I don't know. Here, I'll pan up a little bit so then that way you can see it with in the context of the building. Yeah, maybe. Most city cars are 6 wide. Yeah, maybe they missed the boat on this one. They maybe should have made them just a little bit wider, because but it also goes back to their 4 16 by 16 plates, which probably from a production standpoint is better. So I don't know. And maybe the designers were saying, well, you could put a 6 wide car on there. It is possible. I think, though, the smaller vehicle looks better, personally. I think that, you know, if you look at that and the Fabuland vehicle, where did I put it? Yeah, if you put the Fabuland vehicle back in here, I just think it looks better. Luckily, there is not much traffic on that road. That's true. Very true. Yeah, it's not a well-trafficked road. So, yeah. I don't know. You know who we should ask is Debo, because Debo has a huge city. So I'm not sure how he would be handling that. So anyway, all right. So I'm going to go back to full screen and just say, so thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that little cruise down road plate lane. And you got a chance to see it next to the modulars. Yeah, 4 looks more to scale. I agree. Yeah, I think that would be part of my review, is that, as you said, if you have a 6 stud wide vehicle, it looks awfully large for this format. That really a 4 stud wide vehicle would be better, which I think they do some of the 4 stud wide vehicles for like some of the police cars for the smaller sets. So maybe that's what they had in mind for the city line, something along those lines. I think those standard police cars are roughly 4 studs wide. So I would say, yeah, if you're building a city, if you haven't started yet, then moving to this format is going to work out great. If you've already built out your city with those larger base plates, I mean, that's a huge investment that you probably put in place already. And, you know, you got to make a decision. Do you convert over to the new standard or just keep things the way they are? Or do you, you know, decide that you're just going to maybe do a hybrid? Maybe some of the newer parts of your city go with this format instead. I don't know. I don't know. I think though, for my purposes, since I have a small place and I don't have a lot of room, this actually works out really well. And I've always wanted to have the moped in front of my Parisian restaurant because there really wasn't any place to put it. So now that there's a road here, I think for what I can do back here in this corner, I can move Unikitty and put the base plates back and then put the road in front of it. So I can put this out right now. Yeah, I think it's for me it's a winner. I know for some people it probably will not be appealing to you, but for me this works out perfectly. And I'm really glad I bought this because I've really liked my little city, and I'm thinking about, you know, how would I grow this city, and being able to grow it in a smaller platform or a smaller profile. I mean, I still have some road plate that I can play around with. I still have this. So I still have this to work with. And for the price, for 19.99, I think if you're just starting out, if especially if you are getting this as a gift for somebody. So for example, if you're going to buy the road plates, getting the road plates with a modular is a really perfect pairing. And I would suggest that if you are going to go down the road of buying modulars, that yeah, go ahead and get the road plates too. It just looks better. I'm so excited about this because my city, I have been kind of on the fence about how I'm going to grow the city because, as you know, I have a pier and I'm trying to figure out how the pier would fit in. So here's my pier. Oh, you know what I should do? Let me let me put a portion of the pier next to the shop. So I'm going to go back to the down camera. Oops. There we go. All right, I'm gonna move this out. Let's do this. Be very careful. So you probably know that I submitted this to Tricky Bricks for the pier, and I've just got to clear off a few things. But yeah, I think this is going to look really great actually with the road together. Okay. So the way this is supposed to go together is move this down. All right, so we have that. Yeah, so I'm trying to put it in the frame as close as I can. Yeah, so my little ice cream shop with the wharf right next to it. Try to line that up. Let me pan up a little bit. Yeah. I'm turning it a little bit so you can see it better. I can see this basket's going to come right off of the edge of the table. I definitely need to clean things up so that I can stream better. But if you take a look, have a look, and yeah, you can see the edge of the water with my little seal colony here. Little boat on the pier. Yeah. So I think the road plate is nice because you can see the little characters driving around. Moped coming down. Actually, you can't see the moped because it's out of frame. But yeah. yeah, I definitely think that for me, for my purposes, this works out really well. And I know that I have to make some adjustments to some of these things, but yeah, I think they did a pretty good job. I think that for those people though who are really particular, that little base plate to plate thickness differential is going to drive some people crazy. So, it looks pretty good. Yeah. I don't know if I'll get any for the blacksmith shop, but they look decent. Yeah, the blacksmith shop is medieval, so you probably want to put, a cobblestone road for that. But I think for any of the new modulars, like the police station and the bookshop, the Parisian restaurant, the corner garage, all of these will work with that. And I think I've been on the fence about getting the bookshop, and now I'm starting to think I better pull a trigger on that before it goes and gets retired, because now that the police office has come out, I think I'm going to need to do that. Yeah, so there's so many sets that I want. I want the bonsai tree. I want the bouquets. I want the bookshop, the piano. I mean, there's so many, but there's only so much you can do, right? But I think the road plate, this is the road plate episode. I think it went really well. I hope you got something out of it too. And let me go back to full screen again. All right, so what I'm going to do tomorrow is, so I've decided I'm going to stream 3 times a week on YouTube and 3 times a week on Twitch. I already stream on Twitch on Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, which is Sunday. I'm going to stream at 1 o'clock here on YouTube. And then I'm going to go to my 9 o'clock schedule on Twitch. And that, so tomorrow I'm probably going to do some more of this mock work. I think, I don't know, Cornado, if you saw this, but this is that mock I was doing on Monday. And I found out that I read the instructions wrong, that it's supposed to be on a 10 by 10, like a habitat almost. So I just made it vertical. I'm going to put some popcorn and stuff on the bottom, but I think this is going to work out well. So I'm doing this. So I'll be finishing this up probably tomorrow. And I don't know, there might be some other things. Oh, well, you know what we didn't do yet? We didn't see if these glowed in the dark. So maybe I'll turn off the lights, see if this glows in the dark. So I'm holding it up to the light. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. Who's running this contest? It's actually a German lock that I belong to. It's called thousandsteine.de. Let me see if I can pull it up for you, because I think if I can open a browser. Yeah, I belong to this other organization that I got invited to. thousandsteine.de. And it's actually got some good prizes. So I figured, hey, I belong to the lock, and it's a group that is, let's see, I'm already logged in, so let me see if I can find it. It's called Die Maus wird 50, which means the mouse is 50 years old. And they posted this, and it's due on March 7th. And yeah, apparently this lock does some interesting ones too. Okay, so let me see if I can share this window. Let's see. We want to do a window capture, and this is not letting me. It's like, hello. Okay, here we go. Let's see. We are looking for Die Maus wird 50. There we go. Okay. And let's see if you can see that. Okay, so let me hold up. I'll share this with you. All right. All right. So this is the website 1000steine.de, which is a R lock, very similar to what we want to do as tricky lug. I'm going to make this bigger so it's going to cover my face up. But this is the this mouse is similar. It's like Sesame Street, and this mouse has a sidekick, which is a duck and an elephant. And then when I was reading this, I misread it, but this is the key where it says 10 nopin, which is studs. So it's supposed to be 10 studs in each direction and no overhang to it. But this is the cool thing. These are the prizes. They have an Aston Martin DB5. They have the Ford Mustang, and they have the Londoner bus. And I was talking to the land ambassador because I said, yeah, I'm a member of your lock now, so I'm going to submit to the challenges. And he goes, oh, that's great. So anyway, here, let me hide that. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, so, you know, I could get the Aston Martin, a Ford Mustang, or a London bus just for making a mock about this mouse that turned 50. And whether I win or not, it doesn't matter. It's all part of being a member of this lock, right? In fact, it's funny, after I joined, I had a couple German people start following me on Instagram. So I guess they're going, who is this woman? Who is this Brickanista who just joined us? She doesn't speak much German, but hey, she can build, right? None of those vehicles will fit on those road plates. You're talking about the vehicles that I would be winning, the Londoner bus? Yeah, probably not. Might have to trade for more vehicles that'll fit on the road. But it will go well with my VW camper van, though. And I have the Mini Cooper that I haven't broken out. So I need to put the Mini Cooper, the VW camper van, once it's done, put those two together. And then if I get one of those other vehicles because of this mock that I'm creating, then that would be super cool. And who knows? I mean, like I said, it was still cool to do the research on this mouse. And I watched a couple of the episodes. And Hooded One told me that when he was younger, he grew up with this mouse. So it's not just Germany, it's a lot of the European countries around Germany also that like it. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you found that interesting. I will say that for me, I really like that. Oh, we didn't do the glow in the dark thing. So, I'm going to just turn the lights off real quick to see if this really glows in the dark. So, we have two of these. I'm just going to grab these. And let's see if I put them up here. Okay, I'm going to turn off my overhead light and I'm going to turn off my front light. So hold up. All right, let's see if these really glow. Ooh, they do kind of glow. I should probably compare it with something. Let me see if I can compare it with... All right, here's a dove that has mostly the white, the regular white, not the glow in the dark white. So we'll see how this compares. It's hard to tell because of the light coming from the computer. They glow, yeah, they kind of glow. I don't know, I think I'd almost have to turn off the computer light. I don't know if the camera would pick it up. Okay, let me try something else. You're gonna have to tell me because I'm going to I'm not gonna shut my computer all the way down, but I'm just gonna get it out so then that way there's no light coming from the computer. Yeah, I think they do kind of glow. Yeah. Okay, we'll call that a win for the sake of the stream. So anyway, so that was fun. Ooh, this campfire look. All right, let me turn this light back on. Okay, my friends, that was fun. That was fun, especially that little glow in the dark part at the end. So yeah, they do glow. They glow. So thank you, Remy. Thank you, Cornado. Thank you for hanging out. Brickman Mosaic, if you watch this video later, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you found that fun. I definitely now am reinvigorated with my love for modulars. I haven't done a whole lot of modulars, but I think these could be fun. I wonder though, like you were saying, Cornado, about how adapting it to the mill standard, that these base plates, I think if you adapt it to the mill standard, then everything will align. Because right now the roads are 2 plates high, whereas this one is a base plate and 1 plate. So if you move it to the mill standard, then they'll all be the same because you have a base plate, brick, plate level. So yeah, I think I think that's the other piece of advice is if you're got a small setup like I do, convert it all to mills and then everything will be perfectly aligned. Good stream. Have a good night. Oh, thank you, Remy. Appreciate it. Thanks. I know it's late for you, so take care. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah. Great to see you guys as always. Yeah. Have a good night. Thank you. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you possibly tomorrow. Like I said, I'm starting a new stream on YouTube Sundays at 1 o'clock. And then I'm going to keep to my regular schedule on Twitch Sunday at 9. So I'll be streaming twice on Sundays. But anyway, thanks again. And we'll be in touch. Take care, guys. And fun hanging out with you. And really appreciate everything you guys do. So thanks again. And let's see if I can get this. There we go. Okay, take care. See ya. Bye.